Hey everybody, this is Andrew from T is for Tech, and today I'm pretty excited about this. It's a little bit nebulous from the box, like what is this actually? What is it? It says connected system, enjoy driving, wireless connection to mobile internet Linux system. Well, basically what this is a smart CarPlay screen from a company called, or a website called CarPlaySmartBox.com, and I will link to this in the description. But basically what this is, it's a 7-inch HD or 7-inch high-def display for your car. So you think about like old school GPS kind of things that you would mount in your car. It kind of looks like that, but basically is a interface to Android Auto and CarPlay. So this is a portable CarPlay screen, basically. It supports wireless and wired CarPlay, wireless and wired Android Auto, screen mirroring. You can play stuff back on a SD card, Bluetooth music, phone. It connects to your car via a aux cable or FM, basically FM transmitter. And as you can see, it kind of mounts either on your dash or on your window, and basically gives you a modern experience in your car. If you don't have a car that has a screen, or if you don't have a car that supports CarPlay or any of the modern kind of Android Auto sort of things as well. So I'm super excited about this. My primary car that I drive on a daily basis does not have CarPlay. It doesn't have a screen, has an old school cassette player actually. So I'm super excited to hook this up and use this in my car, because it will definitely make me feel like I'm not living in the early 2000s at this point. So it comes in this kind of generic looking box. And I do have to thank CarPlaySmartBox.com for sending this over the channel for an unboxing, initial first look. Do appreciate that. Basically, the thing says don't operate during driving, kind of obvious. So this does feature a capacitive touchscreen, and here's a little bit of a manual on how to set it up, all of the different settings and things like that. So basically how this works, there is a kind of like a multi-position suction mount that you can use, and then it has an extension, and then basically this clips to the back of the screen. So you should have multiple ways to kind of connect this and set this up in your car. So that's nice. Suction cup. They give you an aux cable. If you have an aux input on your stereo, that's probably going to be the best sound coming from this directly to your stereo. But I don't even have an aux input, so I'm going to have to use the kind of the FM transmitter that's built into this to connect to my car stereo. But it's nice that they give you that. Then there's also a cigarette lighter, AC adapter, and pretty long cable, it looks like, that plugs into the device. Now what's cool about this, because I only have one cigarette lighter in my car and it's in the center console, what's nice is that it does still allow you to have additional USB connectors. So if you have other cables that you need to charge other devices in your car, and this takes up the whole cigarette lighter, you don't lose that power point, right? So you can use that. So this is really great. I was kind of worried about that when I was thinking about like, oh crap, my wife charges her phone, and my kids plug their phones in too. So it's nice to have this. And then the screen itself, not super heavy, not really large, but basically a little kind of plastic thing. Kind of a nice screen. Looks like there's a speaker, some stuff on the back, some texture, and this is how that the suction mount kind of clips on here. And on the side, there's a couple quality. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I'll get those off later. There's a couple stickers on here for QC and things like that. So we basically have a couple different inputs and outputs here. That's the audio out. A USB connection. So if you wanted to plug your phone cable into this and then plug the phone in so you can work in a wired mode, you can do that. Little SD card slot, and then the power adapter. Now the one thing I can tell you right away, like, it would be cool if this whole section was recessed back a little bit, because otherwise I can already see, like, if this is in my car mounted, there's going to be things sticking off the side because they have to plug in. Whereas if that was a little bit more recessed behind here, then you might not see the cables as much from the front. But I mean, that's not a huge deal. So that's basically it. Now, I'm going to plug this in. I do have an adapter here that I can use, so I can plug this in. Okay, I just turned on the power, so you can see it's kind of booting up. Okay, precautions. Let's say don't remind me. So then this is basically the home screen. So you have AirPlay, Phone Link, Android Auto, CarPlay. There's a couple different brightness. Well, I guess there's only bright and not as bright. There's a volume control, back button there. It's kind of got the date and time. This is the home screen. So you can swipe through. So here's the FM transmitter, the USB, SD card, Bluetooth music, phone settings, wallpapers. So you can basically set this all up, right? So your system settings, all the different languages and all that. So this is actually pretty cool. So I'm going to say CarPlay. Use my phone. It says, please use your phone for Bluetooth pairing. Pair it to this CarPlay thing. So let me do that real quick. So if I go on my phone, you can see it says Car Kit. So I'll click that. There's a couple prompts on my phone, and then there you go. So it right away connected via CarPlay. As you can see, it's showing kind of the Apple Maps there. And yeah, this is basically the CarPlay screen, right? So you can go to the maps, you can go to music. So it's the standard CarPlay interface, right? So you can look at your messages, music, phone connection, the settings, any of your apps that are CarPlay enabled. Also show up here. The interface is pretty good. It's pretty touch sensitive. As you can see, I'm kind of swiping back and forth. That's not too bad. Like I said, it's a very, very nice device. And I'm only going to use this with CarPlay, so or with my iPhone. So just to let you know that. I don't know how to exit back to the main screen. Oh, car home, I guess. So so there's a way to exit. So then do the same thing, Android Auto, AirPlay. So there's a way to set it up with AirPlay. I'll have to look at that a little bit later. Phone link. All right, there's an auto link, which is only Android phones, and then there's iOS mirror. So you can mirror your device on here, but it requires a wired connection. So I'll take a look at that later. But yeah, I mean, lots of cool things. So FM transmitter, you can set your FM band that you want to broadcast the audio from this on, which is kind of cool. So yeah, overall, pretty slick interface. So from here, I'm going to go and set this up in my car. I'll record some video, kind of show you what it looks like in the car and kind of go over the experience. And yeah, finish up the video that way. So let's jump on over to my car. Hey everybody, this is Andrew from T is for Tech. So I did install this in my car. As you can see, it just suction cups to the window. Like I said, in the prior part of the video, one thing I would wish that this was more recessed so it didn't stick out on the side. But just from a cable management perspective, that would have been a little bit nicer if it was kind of tucked behind the screen so that you could do more, you can hide the cable more. Now this is really pretty long. I have to run it across my dash and to my lighter power socket at some point, but right now it's just kind of hanging down. So I already went through the process of hooking up the CarPlay. I think I showed that on the other part of the video. Pretty simple to set up, but this is the main interface, and I did set this up to broadcast on 107.3 because that is one of the clearer stations that I could find that didn't have a lot of interference. So this is set up to do that. And then, I mean, you could look at all these other things, but I'm just going to look at the CarPlay today. So if I go ahead and start CarPlay, you'll see all of the CarPlay icons and all of that. And if you want to get back to the home screen, you just click this car home and it goes back here. So that's pretty cool. And it just shows all the apps that I have that are CarPlay compatible. You can obviously go into Apple Maps, which is pretty good. I was using that a little bit to drive around. Now, obviously, this depends on using the GPS from your phone. So depending on where your phone is in your car, like if I leave it in my pocket, I was getting worse reception for the GPS because it doesn't have clear satellite positioning, but I mean, that's how it would work anyways. But basically here, same thing. Google Maps works. I mean, I prefer Google Maps over Apple Maps, but that's just me. But then you can listen to music, you can do all your things. So what I'm gonna do is go into, so like I said, I was using Google Play Music. Now, the funny thing I just realized now is that if I'm taping this, trying to record this, and this is the same phone that's connected to the CarPlay, as soon as I start to play anything, it stops the video recording. So I'm not gonna be able to actually show the video recording of it playing music, which I guess is probably fine since all the music that's showing up here is all copyright music anyways. But a long story short, if you have this connected up, you put the correct FM transmitter station in, it will work. So that's what I've been doing, and it works really nice with at least Google Play Music. Now, I do not subscribe to Apple Music, but you know, assume it works the same way. You know, I have Pocket Casts as well, and some Pocket Casts or some podcasts that I listen to that are on here. So basically that all works great. Spotify also works, Amazon Music works, so everything would work as it should. This is an Apple CarPlay system, so you know, if you know what that is, then it all is going to work as you expect. Obviously, you can change some of the settings, different, and that's just specific to Apple CarPlay. But yeah, I mean, overall, the experience in the car is pretty good. It, you know, it's a little laggy maybe, but that also could be because I have this connected wirelessly over the wireless CarPlay, and you would assume that there's a little bit of a lag because it's communicating with the phone. But yeah, I mean, other than that, this has worked out really, really great. I have not tested it with Android Auto, but you know, my main use case here is you know, Apple CarPlay. And this, I think this will work great if you're looking for, you know, you have an old car like I do that just has a regular stereo. I don't have an aux input, which probably would be better if I did, because the sound quality would be a little bit better than broadcasting over the FM. But you know, it is what it is here. I guess I can't do anything about that. So in that case, it works pretty good. Yeah, no problems at all. And if you want to see how fast it starts up, I can unplug it. So I just unplugged it. I just plugged it in. Takes about, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds or so to get to the main screen. And then it will eventually it's not as quick to connect to my phone. But now you see the Bluetooth showed up there. Now it's showing that little link, and there it goes. So maybe from the time it turns on till the time it, you know, reconnects with your phone, I think that was maybe like 20 seconds, 25 seconds. So not that big of a deal if you're just starting out in the car. And again, like, I keep my phone in my pocket, I turn it on, and then by the time I'm backing out of my driveway, it's already connected. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so for next up for me, I am going to keep this in my car. I'm going to use this. It works really well. I just need to figure a way to route the power cable so that it's not just hanging all over the place. Yeah, overall, this is really awesome. I mean, I really like this device. You know, there's a few little quirks, like I said, with the cables on the side, but other than that, it's definitely recommended. So I will link to this in the description below. Definitely go check out the website where you can purchase this. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask those. I'll be happy to answer. This is Andrew from T is for Tech. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.